Hi good morning teens and welcome to another video. Today's video we are going to be making self-motivational books. Oh, what on earth is this? Basically we are going to be thinking a little bit about the future, considering that the new school year is starting very soon. So we're going to think of future ideas and we are going to think of goals and how we can achieve these goals. All good. We're going to have fun. We're going to do a bit of arts and crafts along the way. It's going to be a good activity block. So for this you will need some supplies, which you got in your supply box. These include 2 pieces of white paper, a piece of yellow paper or some sort of paper you can use to create a cover for your book. You are going to need some coloring pencils, the more the merrier. And last but not least, you're going to need a pen so we can actually write stuff down. Alright, so we're going to start off by folding our book. So we're going to grab our white paper, have both of them on top of each other, and just fold it straight, bam smack in the middle. Doesn't matter if it's not completely even, as long as it's folded in the middle. Like such. So then you should have 4 little pieces in the middle. Good. Next up we are going to do the same with our color piece of paper, just fold it back in the middle so that we have our cover for when we need it. Beautiful. Once that is folded, we're not going to need this for till the end, so you can just put it to the side and use it later. Alrighty. So with our just white paper, we're going to grab our pen, and the first page we are going to write, what are we going to write? We're going to write future career ideas. Just write it in the middle, nice and big. Like such. You can give it a little like cloud around it if you want. You don't have to, it's up to you. So that's how mine looks right now. Before we go any further, let's just talk about future career ideas. I know that in high school, or at least when I was in high school, there was a lot of pressure put on us to figure out our life and figure out what we wanted to do with our life. I remember when I was in high school, I thought I wanted to do journalism, and now I'm working for a summer camp, so that didn't go the way I wanted. But basically, it's good to think about what you want to do and think sort of how you could get there, but it doesn't necessarily mean that just because you think of it now while you're in high school, that you need to do that once you're older. Everyone's changing careers all the time. For example, my mom changed careers when she was 50. It always changes. So it's good to have an idea so that you know sort of which way you need to work towards, if you need to take more math subjects or more art subjects. But it's always good to have a backup plan. And it doesn't mean that you need to, if you think now, alright, I'm going to do journalism. It doesn't mean that you need to do journalism. It just means that you're probably going to want to go in the creative direction, but even that is not set in concrete. So, when you think about your future, where do you think you'll be? Write down a few career ideas, write down even some of your hobbies or some things that might sound nice. So just have a massive brain vomit and write down everything you think of when you think of your future career. So it doesn't have to be one idea. You could write down, for example, you could write down a teacher and then a subject like English if you want to do that. But if you're also thinking about maybe becoming a construction worker, you can also write that down. There's no limit to this. It's just to get your brain thinking and seeing which direction you might want to go in. Alright, if you're not done, that's fine. Keep writing. I'm just going to show you guys. That's sort of how it should look. So you got your big future career ideas and then a few along that cloud. So you could have the exact career job that you want, for example, doctor, nurse, teacher, plumber, all that stuff, or you could write down stuff that you're interested in. For example, you might be interested in working with children, you might be interested in working outdoors. You can write down all that stuff and then just figure out where it goes from there. So yeah, there you go, future ideas. Once you've done that, let's turn the page. What you're going to do is you're going to leave this page that we just wrote on, you're going to leave that blank, and we're just going to write on this one. So, out of those career ideas we just had, you're going to pick one specific one which you think that you might want to do in the future. It doesn't mean that you're going to do it, but just for the purpose of this activity. So for example, for me, that is teaching. So let's write down a list. So before we write down a list, write down at the top of your page what that subject or that career is. So for me, that's teaching. So something like that. Then I want you, again, you can do a brain vomit, you can write down a list. Think of ways that, or not ways, but think of what you need to do to get there. So think about school. What in school do you need to study to be able to do that? Say you want to become, I'm just going to use teaching as an example for now because there's so many careers and I know the most about teaching. If you want to become a teacher, and you're still in high school, think of the ways that you might be able to help that. So if you want to be a primary school teacher, you'd need a lot more subjects like math and English, like all the core subjects. But if you specifically want to teach science, then in high school you're probably going to want to take subjects such as biology and physics and as you can see, I'm not good at science, so I don't know what the other one is. It'll come to my mind later. But that sort of stuff. Also, think of the ways that you can get involved with it when you're not at school. So when you're like at home or with friends. So for example, for me, in my school holidays, I would get little jobs, being a teacher or babysitting or all that sort of stuff. So think of ideas. Say if you want to be a nurse, you could then write down biology that you need, but also other ways. So you could maybe be like the first aid person somewhere. All that, just think of ways, even if it's not right, just think of ways to get your mind going. Alrighty, if you're still going, don't worry about it. I'm just going to show you my example. So for teaching, I've written down that what I need to do to get to teaching is I need to take specific subjects or a subject. For example, in my personal interests, it's media studies and English, or more the creative subjects. I know that I'm good at that, so I'm not going to take maths because I know I don't enjoy it and I know I'm not going to use it. Next one is babysitting during the weekend or holidays. That's how you get experience. People love it when you have experience. Even if you're going to go to college or university and get your degree, they still like you to have experience. Experience is going to get you very far in the world, let me tell you that. And then my last little bullet point was go to open days at colleges or universities. That's a pretty good one, because then when you go to those colleges or universities, there's people there that study that subject and there's people there that have experience. So you can really ask them questions and sort of understand, is this what I want to do, or is this actually not what I want to do? Also at these open days, you can in-depth your knowledge on that subject and see if it actually piques your interest. So that's another thing. All right, we're going to turn the page yet again to a blank one. And this time, we're going to write down how we're going to achieve what we just wrote down. So I wrote down, for example, babysitting during weekends or holidays. What I'm going to write down now is how I'm going to make that happen. So I know that there's Facebook pages that promote babysitters that don't have a lot of experience. So then for me, that would be making a Facebook, requesting to be part of that Facebook group, and then putting a little advertisement out there, or even babysitting my siblings, or babysitting family friends, or babysitting cousins, or friends of friends. It just keeps going. You need to create your contacts. So whatever you just wrote for your list, you're going to write down how you're actually going to make that happen. So as your header, you're going to write how to achieve. So this is what I have, and now I'm going to write down how I'm actually going to achieve it. Don't forget, you can just flip back and see what you wrote down, so then you're reminded. Okay, so here I have the first one I had for what to do to get there was specific subjects. So how to achieve, I wrote down talk to someone at school, like the, I don't know if you guys have it in America, but at my school we had like a career guidance person. And so I wrote down talk to someone at school about the subjects, and also talk to the teachers, let them know, hey, I want to study this. So I'm going to take your subject. Can you help me deepen my knowledge? That's always a good one. Next one I had was babysit in the weekend or the holidays. So as how to achieve that, I wrote down join Facebook groups, offer family to babysit, offer friends if they have family that you can babysit for. It's all about the contacts. And then last one I said go to an open day for a college or university. So how to achieve that, I wrote down research the college or university first. You're not just going to go to any open day because they might not even do what you want to do. And then once you found one that you're interested in, register for the open day. Alrighty, we're going to flip the page one more time, and this time round we are going to make a little timeline. Timeline? What does she mean timeline? Basically, you're going to grab coloring pencil. I'm going to grab a green one. You're going to sort of make like a snake. I'll draw it and I'll show you guys. So that's sort of my snake. Then every way, I'm going to make like a little box. So little boxes along the way. Then I'm going to write down goals I want to achieve. So the first goal is going to be at the top. So it's sort of like a timeline. So if you want a goal next week, you're going to write it there, so then you take it off. And then if this goal is 2 weeks away, you're going to do this one. But you're not going to put the goal that's 2 weeks away here if this goal is 6 weeks away, if that makes sense. So one of my goals that I want to achieve is think of subjects. This is still talking about English, so that might be different for you. Then the second one, once I've thought of the subject, the second one would be actually go to talk to someone about it at school. So talk to the, at my school, the career guide. Next one, before the holidays start again, I would probably start making Facebook advertisements, or start telling friends and family that I'm looking for babysitting. Next one for me then would be research colleges or university. Then I would write down actually attend, register. Then it would be attend the open day. Then my last one would be actually have the babysitting job. So here's like the timeline. So say tomorrow I'm like, right, I'm gonna crush this year and I'm gonna get my career and my future together. First one will be think of subjects. So then once I think about it, once I have it, I write it down on a piece of paper. I can come back here, grab a pencil, grab a sticker, whatever, and you can take it off like such. And that's how you go along. So the next one will be talk to a career guide. Once I've talked to a career guide, I can take that one off. You're gonna walk all the way down. Now you can also challenge yourself a little bit and put down deadlines so that you're really motivated and you're like, right, I'm gonna do it before this date. And then most of the time you do it before that date because you're so motivated and you want to get it. So that is our self-motivational books all in here, but we still have our cover. So on your cover you're gonna put it with the white pages like such. So and the white pages are inside. And on the front, I want you guys to write my motivational book. So you know that it's yours and it's your motivational book, not just any piece of paper lying around. Something like that. And then I'm gonna decorate it because in my opinion, if something's decorated, I'm more timid to pick it up and have a look. If something's just black and white, it looks boring, so I'm not gonna touch it. So decorate a little bit, make it attractive, make it so that you know that you're gonna pick it up again and you're gonna have a look and really achieve those goals. So I've just quickly decorated mine. You can obviously decorate yours more, but just so that it looks attractive, so you actually want to do the work. So yes, that is your motivational book. Please use these in the new school year and really get those goals, crush those goals, and who knows where you'll be at this stage next year. Maybe you'll have been to an open day, maybe you've had your first little test of a job. Maybe you realize, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I have a different idea. It all changes. No one's the same. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that you guys have a lovely rest of your day. See you guys next time. See ya!